Yeah. Do you guys remember like what your first Explore was?
You want to go first?
You go first.
All right. Yes. My very first Explorer, it was a house in Omagh, Ontario, which is near Milton. And I was just driving around. And at the time, I knew nothing about how to find locations. I was just driving. I had no access to a database, no friends to share with. So it was all up to me. And I found this house in Omagh, Ontario. It's actually still there. And I was way too scared to go inside. And it's a terrible picture. It's all blown out. But that was my first. But my first interior is a whole other story. And it was on Tremaine Road between Burlington and Milton. And I go up and I find this house and I go up the driveway. I go inside and my heart is freaking pounding. I'm so nervous that I'm going to get caught. There's going to be wild animals or something.
Yeah.
I go inside and I'm just like taking my pictures and I go up to the top of the stairs and I'm upstairs now and I hear the front door open. And the hair on my arms stood up. I froze.
You were already inside.
I was inside the house. Yeah. First time ever being inside an abandoned house. I hear the front door open. I hear the sound of footprints or like a dog running after me. And I froze. I just froze. And then I heard something hit the front door. Yeah. So now the front door slams shut a second time. But I don't hear anybody. All I hear is the sound of something running.
Yeah.
Well, it all went away. Everything stopped. The noises went away. And I was like, hello? Nothing.
So there was nobody there?
Well, there was nobody there.
As far as you saw anyway.
Well, I went downstairs and I realized what it was. It was a raccoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it ran down the stairs and ran into the door.
Wow.
Okay. And then it kept running, trying to get out the door, and then it ran and opened the door and got out of the house.
Wow.
That was my very first experience in an abandoned house, and it scared the shit out of me.
And you kept going back.
Yeah.
To this day, he's still doing the same thing. I think I think I had an experience that was kind of similar, just like a door opening and closing and hearing some weird noises. And I'm like, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
And I was so new to it that I was just like freaked out, like, is somebody in here and whatever.
It's definitely a nerve-wracking experience. Right?
Oh,
now, I mean, a house now is like nothing. But, but
now
that
we just
first
walk
time,
in like, nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
So what about you, Carlo? Do you remember your first ever explore of an abandoned place?
I do. It was actually in Hamilton on Upper James. Like when you go to Upper James and you're going towards Mount Hope, there's a Kia dealership.
Okay.
Right beside the Kia dealership, there was 3 tiny houses.
Okay.
The first house I did is actually on my YouTube channel. The pictures are there. The second and third house, only pictures because my card got corrupted.
Okay.
But I would be, because I worked at the airport before, right?
Yeah.
And I'd go from Hamilton to Mount Hope to go to the airport, and I'd see these houses. I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to do this. I had watched other YouTubers, like at the day in the beginning, like Josh, Adam the Woo were my 2 guys that I go to, and I'm like, you know what?
photography.
No, I see those guys, and I'm like, you know what? I see some houses. Why not? I bought a cheap little camera. I bought a crappy Nikon. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go in and take pictures. And then I came back with the camera again, and I just did video too.
Wow. Okay,
So
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think I started off by watching both of you guys too. You, Mo, who else was around? Jamie obviously is still around. Yeah. Jamie Riddim Rider. Josh, of course, in the US. Yeah, I just thought it was like so fascinating. I'm like, hey, if these guys can do it, I think I could do it too.
Totally.
Yeah. And then